Hello and welcome to Michael's Minty Music for today. Today we review the soundtrack for Super Mario Kart, the first game in the Mario Kart series. It was released in 1992 and is composed and arranged by Soyo Oka. This is the first time that another composer has rearranged some Nintendo's older music, as some of the songs here feature some of the original Mario music by Koji Kondo. This is the track listing. And these are the tracks I added to my playlist, 20 out of 37, so a little over half here. This album is definitely good. Most of the race songs are pretty good, and most of the menu music is also pretty good, so that's most of the songs. This soundtrack also has the recurring problem of rerunning a bunch of tracks twice, which the sped up version acting as the final lap music here. It probably works a bit better than in the main Mario games, but there are definitely a few here which don't work. So it's not really a great way to pad out an album, in my opinion. Interestingly, each playable character has their own results music, which really adds some character to the back half of the album. Most of the results songs are good. Some of them are not great, but they're definitely all unique and interesting, which is something you don't always see a lot of, especially in these older soundtracks. The staff credits are pretty good as a final song, and the rearrangement of the Invincibility song for Superstar is a pretty good sort of remix rearrangement. Might be the best version so far that I've heard of that track. Overall, a really solid album, which shows off the SNES pretty well, but doesn't innovate as much as I'd like, mostly just building off the previous Mario games to create this sort of spin-off soundtrack. A lot of original stuff here, but a lot of stuff which is just kind of pulled or sounding very similar to the original Mario stuff. My favorite song here is probably the battle mode music. It's got a different vibe than the rest of the racing songs, but it's still a pretty upbeat and energetic. So definitely a standout track here. As the first Mario Kart game, it takes the only spot in the rankings. However, for the overall Mario rankings, it takes third under Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World, but over all the rest. This soundtrack is definitely close in quality to Dr. Mario and the original Super Mario Bros. But since it's on the SNES and has a lot more tracks, it comes out ahead. It doesn't really beat out the other really good Mario titles, though. Both Mario World and Super Mario 3 are a lot fuller albums with a larger kind of selection of tracks on them. In terms of the SNES rankings, I rank Super Mario Kart 3rd out of 4, over A Link to the Past, but under F-Zero and Super Mario World. I think this album definitely has more interesting songs than Zelda, but F-Zero is just so different that it manages to overtake Super Mario Kart in the music department, despite having a lot less tracks. F-Zero is definitely kind of the superior one between the two, which would not stay that way, but definitely for their original releases, F-Zero is a lot better of a game and a lot better of a soundtrack than the first Mario Kart. Additionally, this album does not take my top spot for Nintendo albums from 1992 that stays with Kirby's Dream Land, which is definitely superior in terms of flow and interesting tracks. It also doesn't take my top spot for the year overall, since that is also Kirby's Dream Land. Although Super Mario Kart has more tracks, Kirby is just higher quality music, and I like it a lot more, so it's going to keep that top spot. Thank you for watching. Next up will be Coldplay's first album, Parachutes. I'm taking a break from the Nintendo stuff for a bit. They just did their first very big dump of albums, so I'm kind of holding out that they'll put more stuff on there before I get back into it. So stay tuned for that, and as always, stay minty.